Do you feel completely lost and frustrated when someone asks you a very simple question, like, "What do you do every day?" Do you stay silent because you do not know the basic words to describe your normal morning or afternoon? This is a huge problem because talking about your day is the most common conversation in the world. But do not worry, because today everything changes for you. I promise that by the end of this episode, you will know exactly how to tell your daily story using easy and simple verbs. You will feel confident and happy when you speak. Welcome to the English Flow Podcast. I am Lucas, and I am here to help you. Please subscribe to the English Flow Podcast right now so you never miss a lesson. Let us start learning. Let us begin with the very first thing you do in the morning when the sun comes up. The first important verb you need to know is wake up. Every single day, you open your eyes and you wake up from your sleep. For example, you can say, "I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning." This is a very simple sentence, but it is extremely useful for your daily story. After you wake up, you do not stay in bed forever. You must leave the bed. The verb for this action is get up. You can say, "I get up at 10 minutes past 7. Waking up and getting up are two different actions, but they happen very close together. Practicing these two simple verbs will help you start your story perfectly every time you speak English. Now that you are out of bed, it is time to get ready for your long day ahead. The next verb we use a lot is wash. You go to the bathroom and you wash your face with warm water and nice soap. Washing your face makes you feel fresh and awake. After that, you need to clean your teeth. We use the verb brush for this action. You say, "I brush my teeth every morning." Brushing your teeth is a very healthy habit, and it is a very common verb in English. You can also say, "I brush my hair." These simple actions are things we all do, no matter where we live in the world. Knowing how to say wash and brush gives you the power to describe your morning bathroom routine easily and clearly. After you wash your face and brush your teeth, you need to put clothes on your body. The verb we use for this action is dress, or we use the phrase get dressed. You can say, "I get dressed in my bedroom." Getting dressed means you put on your shirt, your pants, and your shoes. Sometimes you wear casual clothes, and sometimes you wear a nice uniform for your job. Another simple verb you can use here is put on. You can say, "I put on my favorite blue jacket because it is cold outside today." Getting dressed is a big part of your daily story. When you know how to say, "I get dressed," you can tell your friends exactly how you prepare yourself before you leave your house and start your busy activities. Now you are clean and you are dressed in your nice clothes, so you are probably feeling very hungry. It is time for the next important part of your day. We use the verb eat or the verb have for this. You can say, I eat breakfast in the kitchen with my family. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. You can also say, I have breakfast. Both verbs are completely correct and very common in simple English. Maybe you eat bread, eggs, or fruit. You also need something to drink. The verb is drink. You can say, I drink a large cup of hot coffee, or I drink a glass of fresh orange juice. Using the verbs eat, have, and drink will make your morning story sound very natural and fluent to anyone listening. Your breakfast is finished, and now it is time to leave your house and go into the world. The verb we use for this is leave. You can say, I leave my house at 8 o'clock. Leaving means you go out the door and say goodbye to your family or your pets. After you leave, you need to travel to your job or your school. The verb we use is go. You can say, I go to work by car or I go to school by bus. The verb go is one of the most important verbs in the entire English language. We use it all the time to talk about moving from one place to another place. Practicing the verbs leave and go will help you explain your daily travel routine without any confusion at all. Let us talk more about how you travel to your job or your school every morning. If you do not have a car, you might need to use public transport. The verb we use when we get on a bus or a train is take. You can say, I take the bus to the city center. Taking the bus means you wait at the stop, pay for your ticket, and sit down inside. If you live very close to your job, you might not need a bus or a car. You can use your feet. The verb for this is walk. You can say, I walk to work because the weather is beautiful today. Walking is great exercise and a very simple verb to remember. Using take or walk adds great detail to your simple daily story. When you finally reach your job or your school, a new part of your day begins. The verb we use when we reach a place is arrive. You can say, I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. Arriving means your journey is finished and you are ready to start. Once you arrive, you need to begin your tasks. The verb for this is start. You can say, I start work at exactly 9:15 in the morning. Starting is the beginning of your action. Whether you work in an office, a shop, or a hospital, you always start your day at a specific time. Knowing the verbs arrive and start helps you connect your morning travel to your busy daily activities. It makes your story flow perfectly from the morning into the busy working day. Now you are at work or at school, and you are doing your tasks. The main verb we use for this time is work or study. If you have a job, You say, I work hard all morning. Working means you are doing your job to earn money or help people. If you are a student, you say, I study English in the classroom. Studying means you are learning new things and reading books. You might also use the verb use. For example, you can say, I use a computer at my desk, or I use a pen to write notes. These verbs describe what you actually do during the main part of your day. They are very simple, but they tell people exactly how you spend your time and what your responsibilities are. In the middle of your busy day, you need to take a break and get some energy. This brings us to the middle of the day, usually around noon or 1 o'clock. The verb we use again is have or eat. You can say, I have lunch with my friends at the cafe. Lunch is the meal you eat in the middle of the day. You can also say, I eat a sandwich and an apple for lunch. During this time, you might also use the verb talk. You can say, I talk to my colleagues about the weekend. Talking is how we communicate and share stories. Having lunch and talking to people gives you a nice rest from working or studying. It is a very happy and social part of your daily routine story. After your nice lunch break, you go back to your tasks for the afternoon. You continue to work or study for a few more hours. Eventually, the day comes to an end, and you need to stop your tasks. The verb we use for this is finish. You can say, I finish work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Finishing means the job is done for today, and you can finally relax. When you finish work, you are ready to go back to your safe and comfortable house. The phrase we use is go home. You can say, I go home after I finish my work. Going home is the best feeling after a very long and tiring day. These verbs, finish and go home, mark the clear end of your busy working day. When you arrive back at your house, your evening routine finally begins. You open the door, take off your shoes, and you feel very relaxed. The verb we use for taking away your clothes or shoes is take off. You say, I take off my heavy coat and my work shoes. After that, you might want to feel clean again. You can use the verb take or have. You can say, I take a warm shower or I have a nice bath. Taking a shower washes away all the stress and dirt from the long day. It makes you feel completely brand new and ready for a peaceful evening. Using verbs like take off and take a shower helps you describe the transition from your busy work life to your quiet and private home life. Now you are clean and wearing comfortable clothes at home. It is time for the last big meal of the day. The verbs are the same ones we used for breakfast and lunch. You can say, I make dinner in the kitchen. The verb make means you prepare and cook the food yourself. You cut the vegetables and cook the meat. Then you use the verb eat or have. You say, I eat dinner with my family at 7 o'clock in the evening. Eating dinner together is a wonderful time to share stories about the day. You can talk about what happened at work or school. Knowing how to say, I make dinner and I eat dinner is essential for telling the evening part of your story in clear and simple English. After dinner, nobody wants to work anymore. It is time to rest and enjoy your free time before bed. The verb we use a lot in the evening is watch. You can say, I watch television in the living room. Watching means you look at a screen for entertainment. Maybe you watch a funny movie, the daily news, or your favorite sports game. Another great verb to use is read. You can say, I read a good book sitting on the sofa. Reading helps your brain relax and learn new words. You might also use the verb listen. You can say, I listen to relaxing music, or I listen to the English Flow podcast. These simple verbs describe exactly how you spend your quiet evening hours, resting your mind and body. During your relaxing evening, you also need to take care of your home a little bit. There are always small jobs to do around the house. The verb we use for cleaning items is wash. You can say, I wash the dishes after we eat dinner. Washing the dishes keeps your kitchen nice and clean for the next morning. Another useful verb is tidy. You can say, I tidy the living room by putting away the books and toys. Tidying means making things neat and organized. You might also use the verb feed if you have animals. You can say, I feed my dog or I feed my cat. These small action verbs are very important because they represent the normal daily chores that everyone does in their own home every single evening. The evening is getting late, and you are starting to feel very tired. Your eyes feel heavy, and your body needs to rest. It is time to prepare for the end of the day. The phrase we use is get ready for bed. You can say, I get ready for bed at 10 o'clock. Getting ready means you do the final small things before sleeping. You use the verb brush again. You say, I brush my teeth one more time so they are clean all night. You might also use the verb wash again to say, I wash my face. This final routine is very similar to your morning routine, but it signals the end of your story. Using these verbs perfectly closes the circle of your busy and productive daily life. Now you are completely ready. The lights are off, and you are in your comfortable bed. The very last action of your day is about to happen. The phrase we use is go to sleep or go to bed. You can say, I go to bed at 10:30. Going to bed means you get under the warm blankets. Then the final verb of your entire daily story is sleep. You can say, I sleep for 8 hours every night. Sleeping is when your body rests and prepares for a brand new day tomorrow. When you know how to say, I go to sleep, You have successfully finished telling your daily routine. You have taken your listener on a complete journey from the moment you woke up until the moment you closed your eyes. You have just learned a complete list of simple verbs to tell your daily story. From waking up, brushing your teeth, going to work, eating lunch, coming home, and finally sleeping. These are the most important words in the English language because they describe human life. You do these things every day, so you can practice these English words every single day in your mind. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, say to yourself in English, I wake up. When you drink your coffee, say, I drink coffee. This simple daily practice will make your English incredibly strong and fluent. You do not need complicated words to speak well. You just need these simple verbs, and you need to use them with confidence and a big smile every time you tell your story. We have reached the end of today's amazing episode of the English Flow podcast. Let us quickly remember what we learned today about my day, my story, simple verbs for everyday life, A1 routines. We learned how to use simple action verbs like wake up, brush, dress, eat, go, work, finish, and sleep. We practice the simple present tense to describe your normal morning, afternoon, and evening routines. You now have the exact vocabulary you need to confidently answer when someone asks about your day. But wait, what happens when you want to talk about what you did yesterday? How do you change these simple verbs to tell a story about the past? That is exactly what we will discover in our next exciting episode, so you definitely want to be here for that. Please subscribe to the English Flow podcast channel right now and follow us on all our social media pages to keep practicing. Thank you for listening, and keep your English flowing.